Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this engaging panel session on embracing product led growth, key strategies for tech companies in 2024. I'm Chisom, your host for today, and it's a pleasure to facilitate this exploration into how tech companies can leverage product led strategies to drive growth and innovation. As we delve into the era of product led growth, it's essential to understand how this approach can transform a company's trajectory by focusing on product development, user experience, and direct customer feedback. Today, we have a panel of distinguished experts who bring a wealth of knowledge and practical insights from their experiences in leading tech focused strategies at their companies. And we'll go ahead to introduce our panelists. First, we have, and we're excited to welcome Brett Stoppel and the Director of Engineering at New Retirement. Brett, please could you introduce yourself?
Yeah, like Chisholm said, my name is Brett Stoppel. I am the Director of Retirement at New Retirement. And we are in the process of growing our product team and our product strategy and moving to product-led growth from kind of sales and engineering-led growth.
Nice to meet you.
Nice
Thank
to
you.
meet you.
Okay, we have Heather Renz. Hope I got that right.
Renzi.
CTO Renzi. Okay, Heather Renzi, CTO at the Difference Consulting. Heather, please would like to know more about you.
Yes, hi. I am Heather Renzi at this Difference Consulting, and we are a social good consultancy where we work with healthcare, military, governments on innovation projects. So our main focus is helping to enable people to scale their innovation projects, especially now with AI, making sure that it's ethically done.
Okay, that's nice. Thank you to meet. Nice to meet you. Thank you all for being here today. With your diverse backgrounds and expertise, I anticipate a deep and valuable discussion. So let's dive right into the first question. And I think my first question will go to Brett. So I think product led startups and product led companies is something that I find very, very fascinating. And I've had a couple of conversations with like startup founders and people that lead these kind of companies. So how do you define success in a product led growth strategy, and what key metrics should companies focus on when they're trying to you know grow their company?
Sure. Yeah, I think there are a couple of key factors. So one of the key principles of product-led growth is going from engagement or from activation to purchasing your product. And product-led growth adds a step in there of engagement. So that is after activation, so they sign up for an account, traditional metrics measured like did they actually sign up and start paying for the service. With product-led growth, that engagement piece is super important because it helps helps us understand if the features that our users are using are valuable to them. And the more we can get them to engage, the chances of converting them to a paid customer is much higher. So I think one of the key metrics is the engagement increasing for our users. And then are more of these trial users converting to paid customers is another great metric that we measure. And then another measure that we would like to be able to do, and most companies should be able to do, is the funnel accurately described, monitored, and measured. So are they coming in from your marketing campaigns, activating by creating an account, and then are they actually engaging in the features that you're measuring and that you're thinking is going to lead to more conversions. So having that funnel well defined and measured is super important. And then there are a few other less important key metrics, but certainly still important. Are fewer customers contacting customer services? Is the ease of use increasing? So are we getting signal from our customers that the product is becoming easier to use? And then kind of a last metric that I'll mention here is are the releases and other efforts increasing our bottom line? Are these releases actually increasing our profits?
Mm,
So, and
okay.
part of that is like release the right things, work on the right things, and make sure that everything you're releasing has a measurable outcome.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Heather, do you have anything unique to what Brett said that you guys use to track success at your company?
Yeah. So I'm going to put my investor hat on for a second here. And the things that we're always looking for are, I'm going to throw out a little bit of jargon, but explain them. Things called the customer acquisition cost, which is otherwise known as the CAC. So this is how you know how effective that your product is. I mean, Brett touched on this, like he explained it a little bit. Your net promoter score, which is the NPS score, which is how you're surveying users to find out like their thumbs up, thumbs down, like, do you like this? It lets you know the customer satisfaction and whether they're going to refer you.
Mm,
Um, as he mentioned, the product usage and engagement, but we do this in the DAU or the MAU, the daily active user or the monthly active user. And the customer lifetime value, so the CLV, to tell again, are they continuing to use? Like, how much does that user cost us?
yeah.
Because that is a very important metric. Are we spending more money on them than they are on us? Because if so,
Mm,
we're doing something wrong. And then what does that churn rate? How much is it costing? Like, are they leaving us? Why are they leaving us?
okay. Okay. I think that's quite unique to what Brett mentioned, and it's quite interesting to see that most people do not really check these success metrics. They might just go ahead to do what they feel like it's okay for the market. But you guys have really highlighted like important points that startup founders or CTOs or product builders should look out for when putting their products in the market. Thank you for that. So I think my next question will still go to you, Heather, in terms of like futures. How do companies enhance their product features to better align with customer needs and expectations? I know most times companies would most likely do what they feel like doing or what they feel is great for the market, and most of the time is doesn't always align to what like the customer wants in terms of like feature updates. And I could mention a couple of products, but I won't. But so how do companies align to like enhance their product features to make sure that it's actually addressing like user pain points?
Sorry, there is a cat here. So what they do, like one thing is to implement a continuous feedback loop. So rather like constantly get customer feedback and do surveys, user interviews, get support tickets, do data-driven development. So use data analytics. So embed them everywhere you can in your product so that you're seeing what users are clicking, how they're reacting, like where their eyes are on things, identify their pain points and what are their frequently asked questions, what their most frequently requested features are, do A/B testing constantly to see how things impact their user behavior, and big fan of agile methodology. So constantly be changing things, but implement agile as part of your development cycle. So every step needs to have that continuous improvement.
Okay, okay. I think I would like you to expatiate on that, Brett, but on another level, what do you think are like the effective systems that can be implemented to like gather this customer feedback? I know Heather mentioned things like putting like I think for data you obviously need surveys to hear from your customers. But Brett, at your own company, how do you think companies can, or how do you think you can build products or effective systems that could help incorporate customer feedback directly into the product you're developing?
Yeah, so at New Retirement, we use a, a product that is integrated into our planner to get customer feedback directly from them. And that goes to our services manager of services. And she calls that feedback and brings it to the engineering and product teams
Mm,
to see if there is something, some signal there that we need to work on something.
yeah.
And so having that integration is huge. And then additionally, we also are lucky that we have a very active community. And our head of consumer, Canellen Coxwell, she is fabulous and really engages with the community and gets feedback directly from them. So those are a couple of things that we do in addition, I guess, to what Heather had said. But we definitely do, research and testing, reaching out to specific users to get more information from them. We also are engaged with enterprise clients, and we get a lot of information and research and direction from the enterprise clients as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you for answering that question. I think data as well plays a very huge role in terms of like understanding what your customer needs and obviously what they don't need, because you don't want to be, sending out updates that are not so important or that aren't really addressing like what the customer actually wants from your product. So my question goes to like the both of you, but I know anybody can go first. This is 2024, and a couple of things have changed with how companies are developing products. From your experience up until this point, what do you think are the most effective customer acquisition strategies for tech companies in 2024?
Oh, it's very hard to acquire new customers. It also depends on your type of product. So if it's a product that people use every day, like in person, then it can be easier because you go to the point of sale. So say it's something that you would use in a retirement home, then you go to the retirement homes and then like just show them it in use. But if it's a new thing that you have to, like, say it's a new peanut butter, then like it's really, really hard to get people to use it, because people don't even go to the grocery stores to buy their own groceries anymore. So you can't even do the free samples. So yeah, finding new customers isn't as easy as it was even 5 years ago, where you can just send out referral codes for new products.
Yeah, okay. So Brad, do you have any unique strategies that your company is probably utilizing to acquire more customers?
I mean, I don't know that they're unique necessarily, but we definitely have the freemium model, the paywall model, where you can come in and sign up and use our planner, and then to unlock new features, you subscribe, and so giving them an opportunity to use your product and to experience what it is and to see what kind of value it brings to their lives before they purchase and get more features, I think has been a great way that we entice new customers to come on board, and making sure that as they're experiencing that product, that it's as frictionless as possible, so they have confidence that whenever they do purchase your product, that it's going to be a great product for them. And then we still use affiliates and affiliate marketing as well.
Sure.
And that has been a very good unlock for us as well, to keep the affiliates happy and to keep them marketing and to their users and bringing them over for us.
Okay. So I have a follow-up question to that. With all the things we've been speaking about, building features, getting like customer feedback and all of that. As a director of engineering, you lead a couple of teams. So what do you think are the biggest challenges companies face while trying to like scale their operations to something higher?
So I think a couple of the challenges are creating processes that are well defined and well understood and accepted within the company. Is definitely a key part of that effort. And then again, making sure that we understand as an engineering team, that we understand the priorities of product and what we're trying to achieve with our next release or next releases, so that we're all aligned and we're making sure we're building the right features at the right time, and making sure that the features we do deliver are instrumented so that we can track them and track their usage. Because that will help with that data-driven aspect, as we were talking about earlier. That helps with influencing, understanding if that feature really did actually hit the mark that we were wanting it to or not. And if not, follow up with some user research to figure out what we could have done better.
What happened? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Heather, do you have anything you would like to add, like challenges companies face trying to scale operations?
Well, one of the things is like when you're starting out, then you're all about, oh, I'm going to customize everything because you want to get whoever your client is, like you want to get that sale. But then you have to standardize as you scale because you cannot be the custom group unless that's your thing, unless you want to be the custom. So you have to balance the customization versus standardization to manage those needs as you grow. And you also have to start caring about data governance and data management, because things that you can do as a startup do not fly when you become a larger company. And that goes with maintaining that quality that Brett was talking about, like making sure that those customers that you were able to focus on one-on-one when you were just starting out, like that you keep that level of quality that they expect as you get bigger.
Okay. So it's quite nice to see that different companies face different challenges, and you guys have expanded on like ways that you can face these challenges and also like overcome. So my last question would be, looking ahead, what do you think are the key factors for sustaining product-led growth in the tech sector over time, for a long period of time? So what do you think companies can put in place to make sure that long term they can still evolve and sustain in their strategies and still be upstanding or still be stable moving forward in the future? So, Brett, we can go with you first.
Yeah, so I mean, like any innovation, I think product-led growth has to prove that it's effective and continue to prove that it's effective. So, is it effective at resource planning? Are we getting the right designs, the right designers, the right engineers, the right features in line in an effective way or not? Is it also effective at defining valuable features? So are we getting the right feedback from the customers and being able to take that feedback and define valuable features that allow us to grow the platform or not? And conversely, like, are we discarding invaluable features? Are we understanding what is actually valuable and what's not valuable, and taking the things that aren't valuable or are going to have less impact on the bottom line and discarding them? And then is it able to measure itself? Is product-led growth able to measure itself? Can we come up with ways of reporting back that the features that we are releasing are truly impacting our bottom line, and kind of have that self-feedback loop of the efforts that we're taking are making our users delighted, and therefore bringing them into the fold and continuing engaging with them.
Thank you. Okay, Heather, do you have anything to add for long-term sustainability for a product-led company?
Yeah, I mean, just like following on from what Brett said, I mean, you have to focus on that user experience, making sure that you're paying attention to all of the things that the users have said to improve based on their feedback and their needs, not necessarily their wants, but the things that they actually need. You get really good at saying thank you for the feedback. And, making sure that you're focusing on scale, because it has to scale efficiently. Constantly innovating, like paying attention to what is out there and that is useful for your product, not the new shiny, but like what actually is valuable to your product and your users. And then fostering that loyal community that is going to advocate for your product for you, so that you don't have to spend that much money to acquire users, because that's how you stay alive.
Those are pretty good points. Okay, we've officially come to the end of this session. Thank you so much for contributing. There are a couple of people or thousands of people that would watch this video, and it's definitely going to impact the way they build and also the way that they foresee like future challenges and also how they can handle them. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate you attending, and yeah, it's going to be an amazing conference.
Thank you for having us.
Right.
Thanks.